The following is a special presentation of Tony Curry Radio.
Dude.
You know what? You're like LeBron. I was just thinking
I know.
You know what it is? Because however many years ago, you can say 15 years ago, you pick the time, Tony Curry flying on 4 hours of sleep, no big deal. He'd be ready to go. But you know what? Like LeBron, you're gassed. You're gassed. You didn't get enough sleep.
No.
You just didn't get enough sleep. And you're all freaking out because
No.
You're shaven. I mean, you're clean shaven. That's good.
Really.
Oh.
Not
Then
really.
you have no hair.
No, so, wow,
Okay, so you went to the Memphis game. I'll help you. You and your son went to see the Grizzlies and the Lakers.
yeah, and
It's only a 4-hour drive.
So I've always, done whatever I wanted to do, needed to do, and my body already responded. And of course, I put my body through quite a bit, sitting on billboards and jumping into 3 feet of water with donkeys and skydiving and all that stuff. So my son wanted to go see the Memphis Lakers game, which is just far enough away to piss you off.
Right.
And
Atlanta would be different.
Yeah, but it's just close enough that we can do this, right? So I cleared my schedule, so we went up there, and I'd never seen LeBron play. And listen, I probably wouldn't have gone had I not had a son. I wanted to go for him. He loves the NBA. He's going to be getting into sports communications and stuff in college and so. So we drove up there, and the Lakers lost, and Memphis won. It was great. And so we're driving back. And I'm tired. Been going since 4 a.m. that morning.
Right, and it's like midnight.
Yeah, so about 12. It's about 4 hours, 3 hours and 45 minutes.
See, it's making me physically ill just thinking about that.
And so it starts to rain, and I'm thinking, come on, and so.
And you're in the swagger
So
mobile.
we didn't eat because of the game. The food was not good.
Really?
Yeah, they had chicken fingers there. Chicken fingers are always good. You can't screw up chicken fingers, but
and it's like a brand new stadium, isn't it? Or a
Forum. It's FedEx Forum. It's been there for a while.
Okay.
And normally it's good. And it was, the atmosphere was electric. It was wonderful. And I was happy that Memphis won. I was pulling for the Lakers for you.
Thank you.
And I really thought it would have been neat to see the Lakers close it out because I've never seen an NBA or any other team close out a playoff thing. It would have been really cool. And so, LeBron was way off last night. I think he still had like 17 points and 10.
Yeah, they said he shot 29%, which
Yeah.
was the second worst in NBA history.
Could not make it through. I think it made
I was watching. Yeah.
So we're driving back, and I'm tired, and of course I'm the dad.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Your son.
I'm glad I didn't do any prep today.
Why didn't you let your son drive? He could have drove. You could have.
Because my son doesn't drive when I'm in the car.
Oh, here we go.
And my wife, I know
for Fox.
I know. And my girlfriend and or my wife, whoever I'm seeing at the time, I haven't had either in quite some time.
Yeah.
I drive. Okay. I will pinch myself, smack myself, pull off the side of the road every 5 minutes, whatever it takes. But I'm the man, and that's what I do.
What if they say I'm good? You're tired. Let me drive for a little bit.
I would probably allow them to drive just for a few minutes, so I could.
Like a few minutes or like an hour?
There's a commercial where a guy and a girl are pulling into a gas station, and she's driving and he's in the passenger seat. And there's a guy on the other side of the pump who's on a motorcycle.
Yeah, I've seen this.
She goes, "Hey, John, how you doing?" He's like, "Hey, where's Bob at?" She's, "Oh, he's in the passenger seat." And he kind of goes, "Passenger seat?" And she goes, "Honey, how's your stomach? Is it still a little queasy?" And he's like, "I'm better now. I think I can probably drive."
That's fine.
Exactly. Basically,
yeah.
John is the man. He's on a motorcycle. He's living life to its fullest. And here's
John's also
here's Bobby with a little queasy stomach, and he can't even drive his wife around.
John's the one who's also.
And so, what does that tell you?
Injury.
Yeah, what does that tell you, right?
Yeah.
So I'm driving. Well, first of all, my son is 18 and he sleeps any chance he gets.
Okay, then that's not safe. Then right.
Yeah. So I'm actually thinking to myself, I'd rather determine my own life here. I love Santo, and I know he'd stay away from me, but
right.
I've never asked him to drive.
Right. No.
If he wants to drive, then if he said, "I want to drive tonight," but it was pouring out rain. I know he didn't want to drive.
Yeah.
And so I got this. That's what dads do. I got it. And I did have it.
You did.
So we're driving back, and it's about 12:30, 12:45. We still have an hour and a half to go, and we hadn't eaten. And so we stop at a Wendy's.
This is Klapow's worst nightmare.
We stop at a Wendy's. Well, I shouldn't say Wendy's because I want to hammer on it. We'll call them Spendy's.
Yeah.
So we stop at this place called Spendy's, and we're in the drive-thru. There's 3 or 4 people behind us, and it's like 7, 8 minutes, and no one's answered the drive-thru. I'm like, they're being robbed. What's going on? I see a woman in there, and I'm like waving. I'm like, hey. She's like, hey, I'm sorry. What's your order? So I get a burger, which probably is not a good idea at 12:30 at night. But sometimes you get good burgers at Spendy's at 12:30 at night because they have to make the shit, right? So I'm thinking, this is going to be an awesome burger. And I hadn't eaten. I had something small for lunch, and that's all I had to eat all day. I had a bowl of Cocoa Puffs in the morning. And then I had like a ham sandwich or something for lunch. And because I'm trying to keep this
It's explained so much.
And so I get and the burger's really good.
You eat like
I think
a
it's just
teenager.
good.
You eat
So
like a teenager.
yeah, so I ate the burger, didn't eat the fries, and a lemonade, watching my
Nice,
sugar
like
intake.
juice.
Didn't want to have too much sugar because then I wouldn't be able to sleep when I got home because the sugar gets me all kind of crazy. And so we get home at 2:35, and I get up at 4:15.
Oh my God.
And I said, I can do this. I did it for years. It's one time, no big deal. So my alarm clock goes over 4:15, and I've been trying not to hit my snooze anymore because I think snooze puts you in funky town. So I thought, I'm just going to get up. Well, before my alarm went off, I started getting really bad cramps. What's the matter, Bob? You have a little queasy stomach? Fuck it, man. I'm getting up. Let's go. So I went straight to the toilet. I'm going to have me as my dad would say, a BM.
Yes, my grandfather used to say that.
I want to have a BM.
You're
A great
good
days
to
when
go,
you have a
yes.
BM. So I get up, and so it's one of those cramps, belling over. I take my shirt off. I'm sweating. I'm thinking, oh, this stinking Spendy's has gotten my ass. I should have known better. It all comes out. It's good. So I got about 10 minutes. I think I'm going to lay down for about 10 minutes.
That was, yeah.
And I have a routine. I have a prayer routine. I have a meditational routine. It takes me about an hour. And I have to stick to that because it's super important. It's like stretching or anything else. And I have conversations with you. We go back and forth. That was the thing I was worried most of. I woke up at 7:41. And I'm thinking, man, when you get up every morning and it's dark.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you wake up and it's light. It's like
no, I get
nightmare.
that. Right, and there's a panic feeling.
And I look and I go,
Yeah.
and then God will give you just enough time to get it together.
You didn't have to go to take the kids to school though.
No.
Okay, so
no,
that part's
thank
good.
goodness. They would have woken me up. It
Yeah.
would have been okay. But I would not have gone had I had to get up because my kids got to get up
Okay.
at 6. I would not have gone.
Okay.
But I'm on daddy time. And I have my son. And he's got free class this morning. So I get up at 7:41 and I kind of laughed. I was like, oh, I'm good here. And the thing I was most concerned about is I keep in touch with 2 or 3 people in the morning. And I knew they were like, and I always respond. I've done it for years, and they're like, okay, where the hell is Tony? I didn't want anybody to worry about me.
Yeah, we need an intervention.
Yeah.
Now keep going.
So I jumped in the shower, and here I am. And so we were talking last night about, and remind me about men should take care of their ladies and what they're responsible for.
Man, we're going to be talking about that.
Civility of my existence, because I have a great analogy that you're going to love.
Okay.
I thought about it last night before I went to bed. I was actually doing some show prep last night.
That's good.
It's about a dinner. Anyway, so I get up. What was I talking about? So I get up and I'm good to go. And then you showed up
And you were,
well, I was talking about LeBron.
yes. You and LeBron, y'all are like one of the,
So
you're like
LeBron-
soul brothers.
So I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I told my son. I said, I can't believe I'm going to see LeBron James in the flesh tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's the greatest basketball player we've ever seen. He did something the other night that Michael Jordan never done. He had a 20-20 night. It was his first 20-20 night in his life, and he's 38 years old, which I didn't think there was anything else he could do, he could accomplish.
Right.
And he had 20-20 night, which is stinking crazy. And so that was 2 nights ago. So every time he goes out of the game, he's getting up and down the floor, looks normal. LeBron James, when you get to be that age, you say this all the time, work smarter, not harder.
Right. Yeah.
He was camping out in the corners, and AD was to an extent too.
Right.
This was a game. Memphis had the best home record this year.
I think aren't they the second youngest team, third youngest team? They're like maybe the youngest.
They were like 35 and 6, something crazy at home. I mean, it was silly. They're super young,
Yeah.
And so, and it's 74, 73. But anyway, every time he goes out of the game, the bench is on the far side. He's going straight to the end of the bench and sitting down on the last chair on the left side while the rest of the team's at the other end. And no one's talking to him.
Yeah.
Not one person is saying anything to the king. And I'm thinking, something's wrong here.
Right.
He's going over there, he's wiping his brow, he's putting his head down, and then he gets some rest and he come back in. But something was wrong. And I told my son, I said, he's sick or something. And even then, he goes for 17, and he had 10 boards last night. Most of the boards, though, he was just on the weak side, and the ball just fucking fell in his hand. It was one of those rebounds where the ball just kind of fell in his hand.
Still counts.
And you get rebounds off of free throws, too, which is pretty easy when you're on the inside. So, this is a guy who takes ultimate care of his body.
Yeah.
He's 38 years old. You're thinking 38, you had a night to rest. I've never been in that situation. I'm not that athletically.
No. So I think again, everyone's been speculating. It was very noticeable.
Yeah.
Right. You weren't the only person who noticed.
Yeah.
And
but I was LeBron last night.
What?
I was LeBron last night.
You were. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. And you're losing. Like you're all upset because I got up late.
Oh, I just had my first drink.
Yeah. I got up late and I've got my routine and I have to. This is terrible because I overslept and I'm like, listen to the story you just told. You drove. First of all, you got up at 4 a.m. that morning. So you did your whole day and you ate like crap. God, your dietary takes cocoa.
No, I'm doing the Gary Player thing. I don't eat unless I'm hungry.
No, but then you eat Cocoa Puffs and a ham sandwich.
Cocoa Puffs is pretty good for breakfast. Cocoa Puffs, yes. Cocoa Puffs is
it's
good.
Part of a healthy diet. That is a part of a healthy diet because it's the crappy part of the healthy diet.
I had meetings all day yesterday.
So it means all day. So you didn't eat. So then you drive for 4 hours. And I don't care how calm you are. Driving you have to concentrate. Then you go and you don't eat there. And then you're coming home and you get home and it's 2:30 in the morning. And you're wondering why when
the poop set me off.
Well, yeah, okay.
The cramp set me off.
That was
thanks to Spendy's. If I hadn't had Spendy's,
no. But that's the other thing. So
don't get a double cheese.
So this is like LeBron. They talk about this all the time. The NBA rookies.
Yeah.
They talk about sort of what they eat.
Yeah.
And they eat like teenagers, right? Because they're young. They're 18 and 20.
Yeah.
LeBron doesn't.
No,
you can't anymore. This was a classic example of it's time to own it. You are not 28 or 38.
Yeah.
You got grit. You're here, but you overslept. You're tired. Your digestive system was messed up because you ate a sloppy burger.
Yeah. You wait. You wait. I promise you, on ESPN, one of these get-up shows or first takes or whatever, they're going to throw the MJ flu game in.
Yes.
They're going to, and it was, by the way, it wasn't the flu. He got food poisoning or some type of.
Oh, MJ did. Yeah. But
they're gonna
absolutely.
If they haven't, they need to.
They're gonna say.
I don't think it's fair. No, but I think it's great television.
Right. How old was he at the time? Roughly, MJ.
He was, but he went off.
Yeah, no, I know.
He was in sweats. I mean,
I remember.
Anyone's had the flu or food poisoning, like. If someone last night put a basketball in my hand while I'm sitting on the toilet sweating, saying you need to go in and give us your best 10 minutes, I would have said.
Right.
I mean, seriously.
But I think that's what you saw. This is what we think about our athletes all the time. I think we do two things, particularly as we're older than them. Because that's the thing. You got right. We always have to remember. We start watching not the same players, but we start watching the sport when we are young. And then first we're younger than the players. Mm-hmm. Then we kind of get to that point where we're like, oh my God, my kids are doing this. My kids are. Oh my God, I'm the same age as these NBA players, Then we get to the next side of it. Oh, they're younger than us, And then we get to essentially where we are, although it doesn't count with LeBron, half these players, could be our kids.
Yeah.
But LeBron's at the point where if he wasn't sick and he wasn't injured, they were talking about he was gassed. He was tired. Like not tired in a wimpy, There was nothing left in the tank. And what I know this
It wasn't a mental thing with him. It was a purely physical.
There was nothing left in the
body was
tank.
shutting down.
And they were saying, and it's true, and I think it's genius, is Memphis was doing what Memphis says. It's a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
Just run their ass back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Sped up the game.
Yeah.
And everyone can talk. When you see, I don't know, Austin Reeves is relatively young. He looked gassed. Yeah. He looked totally gassed. Plus, I think he's hurt. This is my Lakers moment. I never thought I'd see the day in this team when I was like, oh God, Austin Reeves is limping.
Yeah.
He hurt his knee.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah, but everybody's.
So is it? Let me ask you this: Is this? And I love talking about NBA with you. I don't care what people think. It's great. So is this a conditioning thing? Because I listened to the Golden State game last night on the way back, and they win their basketball game. They're older. They're all older. They've won 4 or 5 championships in the last, whether it'll be 5 championships in 9 years if they win this year. That pace was frenetic. I mean, that pace was well beyond anything Memphis could throw at you. They're up and down the floor. It's unbelievable. We listen to the announcers on radio. But they got through it. And what's going to be really funny is if Golden State doesn't play in the Lakers, it's going to be. They had this thing in Memphis where it's called the Grannies and the Grandpas, where they put like 30 grandmas and 30 grandpas in the middle of the floor and they do a dance routine.
Yeah.
Is that what it's going to be watching, Golden State and the Lakers? Because they're all older and they're all going to be trying to keep up with each other and see who can tire out first?
Well, who can tire out first? Who doesn't get injured first? And I also think, it's the trade-off with AD is when they're both firing on all pistons, and you got Austin Reeves and you got Hashimura and you got all of them, then it takes the load off. I mean, it takes the load off. Look, I think what we saw is a 38-year-old player who's been playing tons of minutes, who's had phenomenal games. The other thing that they noted, which I think is true, is the trip from LA to Memphis. We don't think about it. You had a 4-hour drive. That's a significant flight.
Yeah.
That's not a 2-hour flight.
Yeah.
He's tired. Unless we hear he's sick or injured.
I've never seen him like that. I don't watch LeBron every single night, but I've never seen a guy.
But it can happen. I think that's the difference, is that it can happen. It can happen when you get to that point. And I do think that the pace of that game was so crazy fast, and you had Bane and Ja who between the two of them, not only were they scoring a lot of points, but I mean, John Moran is just like,
he's unbelievable.
Well, he's frenetic.
It doesn't know justice to watch it on television. I'm just telling you. The first quarter of the game, there must have been 15 aha moments from both sides.
Yeah.
AD was hitting shots behind the backboard. It was unbelievable. I mean, every moment was like it was like watching an All-Star game, but they were real. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable to watch. It was a joy, and I'm so glad I got to see it in person, because anyone's seen a real live sporting event as opposed to television, it does not do it justice to watch on television.
No, but what we saw, which is again, it's amazing to think. We saw a 38-year-old who's tired, just like you're tired.
Yeah, but I'm just not used to seeing
what.
Al Cooper
He's
says,
human. We've done. Do you know how many stories have we done? You and I have done discussions when our heroes fall.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he fell, but he looked human.
Yeah. I'm just not used to seeing my athletic heroes not suck it up and do it. I'm not slamming on him because I just said I think he's the greatest basketball player that's ever
I think
lived.
there was nothing left to suck up.
I've never seen a guy react like that. I've never seen a guy sit in the bench. Now, LeBron's in his own. He's got his own thing. You know?
Yeah, but he's not even that
no
way.
one even talked to him. No one touched him. No one even said, "Are you okay?" I mean, he was on his own thing, and he was sitting at the end of the bench. There was nobody within 5 seats of him. When they had timeouts, he wasn't part of that. He would get up and kind of trudge down, and then he'd get back on the floor. I'm not belittling him at all. But
no, he was doing. Well, here's the other thing. He's LeBron, and
I'm surprised to me, they probably weren't going to win last night.
Yep.
Memphis has got the best home record. I don't know what the Lakers' road record is. And by the way, Golden State, they only won 11 games in the road all year long.
Yeah.
What they did last night was unbelievable. But surprised that maybe LeBron wasn't sat last night. If he was that tired, he's got to tell the coach, hey, listen, I can't go.
Yeah.
And maybe he did that for his team. Maybe he needed to let people know we need to push through. We always talk about push through.
Push through.
But
Right. Well, but then that was something that I noticed, again, watch MTV, is why are you sitting him and you're not sitting, when are you going to raise the white flag?
Yeah.
And you're kind of not, it reminded me, I'm going to say this, this is in both icons, but I remember as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was getting older, and unlike LeBron, you watched his play, it was just sad. His play was just getting worse and worse. And but the other thing I noticed is there would be so many times where he was off on the side of the bench, just exhausted, not injured, not sick. And players, he was capped, players left him alone. I don't think it had nothing to do with like him being angry or irritated. It's just like, okay, the dude just needs to try to pull himself together. And that's what you saw with LeBron.
Well, that's a God thing for me. Hey, you need to slow down.
Yes.
Because, and I told you the last time I overslept was before something that was really, really, really important in my life. It was a court date. And that morning I overslept and I thought, how in the world could I have possibly, that's where you just like, God's like, I'm going to get you there on time, but you've got to rest in order to do your things.
Well, that's what, yeah.
All right, we're going to take a short break.
This was like,
the great thing about you is I know I could sit down and talk to you about anything and get like 4 hours of content.
You know what this segment was? This segment was? This was a BM. We're going to come back. This was a good BM.
And maybe I needed to have that big BM because there was a thanks to Spendy's for cleaning me out last night.
There you go.
Don't get a burger at 12. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I don't know what. And
that's what I'm telling you.
I've been eating a lot healthier too, and so it just.
You've been eating healthy.
It was one that,
Cocoa Puffs.
Yes, Cocoa Puffs.
Well, I guess
I
there's
had
milk
lunch
in it.
meat yesterday, a ham sandwich, lunch meat. I've been drinking more water, taking my probiotics.
It's good that you're taking the Wait. So you're taking the probiotics,
I'm taking for those Metamucil fiber things.
So that's not all right. And probiotics.
Yes. Just to stay clean.
You're doing. This is when Nexium came out, right? And they used to have the commercials like, "Have your chili dog because as long as you pop." My dad used to do this. Yeah. My dad's like, "I'm gonna eat like crap. I'm gonna have sauerkraut and things, but I'm gonna take a Nexium, so I'm gonna be fine." That's what you're doing. You're taking probiotic and Metamucil, so you can eat like that. Yeah, don't do that.
No, not so I can eat like crap. But what was I supposed to eat? I was going to pack my lunch.
I would have.
Yeah, you. All right, so we're going to be on Fox 6 at 9:35 this morning. I've got a great analogy, and I'm just going to tell it like it is. I'm going to speak for if you're a man or a woman. You know, listen to the next segment, 60 seconds, because I speak the truth. It's the truth. Bob's got a queasy stomach. I had to drive today. Oh, you
Jules drives
puss.
everywhere.
What's wrong with you, Bob?
I never drive.
Well, what does that say about you?
Says that Jules is a better driver.
Well, that goes without saying. You are a little crazy driver.
I'm not a good driver.
I'm a good driver.
I'm not a good driver. I know that. I own that.
I was dozing off last night, and I was like,
all right, save it for the next segment.
Yeah.
Save it for the next
segment. All right, we're going to take a short break. Back at you on Kurre and Klapow. Fox 6 at 9:35 this morning. Gonna love it.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio.